The truth about prop firms, are they scams or not? Hey guys, Jeff here with the Forex Journey. It's so good to be here with you. And so today we're going to be talking about how the Forex space is kind of divided between people who think that prop firms are scams and people who don't. And so I'm going to kind of be touching on some of the arguments that keep coming up and what I would say to address some of those arguments. So the first argument that keeps coming up is that no one is going to give you their money to trade for them. And in my experience, that's just not true, because there's some people out there who have a lot of money and they don't know what to do with it. And if they'd invested in the bank, they could get 3, 4, 5% or maybe 10% on a good year. But that's nothing compared to potential Forex returns on a stable account. Now, if you're a profitable trader and you keep your drawdowns pretty tight, potential investors might line up to copy your trades or do a profit share with you, prop firms or not. And there's actually websites that will connect profitable traders with potential investors where they can follow your account, see how you're doing, what your drawdowns are like, and all that kind of stuff. So the next argument that comes up a lot is, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And it's hard to argue with that because there's some truth to it. But the thing is, when it comes to prop firms, the problem I see there isn't so much the legitimacy of the prop firms, but more the perception that the average trader has of what the prop firm can provide for them. So the average trader thinks that it's so easy to pass. So they'll drop $500 to get whatever account, the 100K account, and then they'll fail a challenge. And they never realized how hard it was going to be to actually pass. So the too good to be true part is more on the end of how difficult it is to pass, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, they'll pay up for skilled traders who can pass and stay profitable. Another very common argument against prop firms that people will say is something along the lines of the account restrictions are too strict, it's too hard to pass the challenge, so many people fail the challenge, and they're wanting people, they're like designed so that people fail, and so it's a scam. Well, what I would say to that is it's not easy. It's not easy to pass, and it's certainly not as easy as people make it out to be or make it sound like it is. But just because it's hard doesn't make it a scam. And at the end of the day, if they pay out when people are profitable, it's not a scam. It wouldn't be a challenge if anyone could do it and if it would be easy. So when I hear someone say something like that, it really just sounds like someone who tried to pass the challenge and couldn't and got frustrated with it, and now they're trying to dissuade other people from doing the challenge because they weren't able to do it. Something else that people say a lot is that maybe prop firms aren't actually copying our trades like they say that they would, and that possibly they only rely on challenge fees from new sign-ups to stay sustainable, and how this business model may not be as sustainable as it sounds. I'm not going to dive in too deep on the math here because I could dedicate a whole video to it, but I have a few points that I'd like to make on the topic. Firms only pay out after you pass the challenge, after you've passed the verification, and after you've had assuming you've had profit on your first month, like assuming you didn't lose the account after you got funded. So those are 3 very thick filters to pass through before you get your first payout. So it eliminates a lot of the people that are kind of flipping a coin, trying to, do a lottery kind of strategy. And sometimes a trader could fail 4, 5, 6 times before passing. And I know someone who's done like 15 challenges and they've never had an account before. And FTMO has been around for 5 years. Well, okay, so they started in 2015, but they really only ramped it up in like 2017. So we'll say 5 years. My Forex Fund's been around for like 2 years. And there's other firms who have shown longevity as well, with plenty of testimonials and proofs of payout. So it would seem difficult for these firms to survive so long on only the challenge fees, but we can't really do the math justice when we're missing some of the numbers. But all that said, it would be very easy for them to copy our trades. Like, it's like a switch that they have to press. But likely, if they do copy trades, they would only do it on accounts that have proven to be profitable, because like over 90% of accounts are losing accounts. So it makes no sense for them to copy everybody. So if they do copy trading, likely it would be for the minute minority of people who actually, I'll say, survive, but whose account are consistently profitable for many months, and then they will they say that they copied the trades, but they don't have to copy most of the trades, because the vast majority of traders will eliminate themselves just by violating one of the core rules. So what's a scam in this context? All right, and I'm giving you my opinion. But of course you have to exercise your own discernment. But in this context, I would say a prop firm ends up being like a scam if they don't pay out what they say they were gonna pay out. We can't really know for sure if everything they say about how they run their business is true, but at the end of the day, if at least they pay what they said that they would and when they're supposed to, can't really call that a scam. At the end of the day, you need to exercise your own judgment and discernment, do your own research and all that kind of good stuff. But look for testimonials of people who use the service that you're looking at. Payout proof, whether on social media or on YouTube or whatever it is. Test out their site. If they have a free trial, try it out. Maybe instead of getting the $500 account, get the $50 account, just to kind of get your feet wet and see how everything jives. Read reviews on forums, again with a grain of salt, because people can say stuff that is from one extreme to another, but just get a feel for the pulse of what people are saying, because when we were first looking at prop firms several years ago, there was a lot less proof, there was a lot less track record, and we really had to go with an informed decision, but with a limited amount of information. But nowadays, if the company's been around for a while and they pay out consistently, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. So that's my 2 cents on the legitimacy of prop firms. As you probably know, we've done a lot of research on them. We've been watching FTMO for years now. We've had our eye on a few different ones. And from what we can tell, they've been paying out. And no matter what anyone else says, they've proved them wrong so far. And they look like they're going strong. Their membership is growing. Everything seems to be healthy financially. And so let me know in the comments what you think, how you see the sustainability. If there's something that you think is shady about prop firms, or what you think is great about prop firms. And I'll actually link over here on the left a video comparing the important differences between FTMO and my Forex Funds. So as you may know, these are our 2 favorite ones at the moment, and the ones that are more in line with kind of our trading style. And so there's going to be more content coming out about that. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.